morning, namaste, and selamat pagi, everyone. And thank you for taking the time out from your busy schedules to be here with us today. Today is our IBG members only meet with the Consul General of Indonesia. And thank you everyone again for being here. I'm Meenal Sinha, I'm one of the members of this amazing chamber, and I'll be your host for today. We have with us our honorable guests from the Consul General of Indonesia in Mumbai. We have the Consul General, Mr. Agus Saptono, and the Economics Councils, Mr. Pangky Saputra and Mr. Tolhah Ubaidi. Welcome, good morning again. We of course have our founder president, Mr. H.E Mr, our CEO, Priya Pansare, and her entire team, Siddhi, Girish, and Sujata. And of course, we have our amazing members who have joined us. So a warm welcome to all of you. Our guest from the Consulate General of Indonesia in Mumbai would be speaking to us today on Indonesia's trade, tourism, and investment. And before we start that presentation, let me give you a brief introduction of IBG, the India Business Group, a modern non-profit chamber of commerce focused on mentoring and supporting Indian businesses to help them grow into global corporations. As you can understand, we are out here also sitting with another country's consulate to try and foster better relationships and create more business opportunities for their companies as well as our companies. IBG was of course founded by Mr. H.E Mr, who wears many hats and juggles effortlessly between various roles. He's currently the CMD of Nazara Technologies and the Honorary Consul General of the Republic of Mali. He's also an author, 4 books already published, and the 5th book, UCEO2, also coming soon. He's a philanthropist and associated with various NGOs. And last but not the least, he's a radio jockey with the All India Radio. So the shows will be on very soon. This COVID, everything will be over and you'll be back on air. And Siddhi, can we have the video, please, for the IBG introduction?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to India Business Group. We are a modern chamber of commerce focused on mentoring and supporting Indian businesses to help them grow global. IBG was founded by Mr. H.E Mr, CMD of Nazara Technologies and the Honorary Consul General of the Republic of Mali, headed by CEO Pansare and managed by Siddhi, assisted by an expert members like Meena, Jelum Ratna, Kushnuma Khan, Anandita Gupta Sheikh, Sangeet Hemant Kumar, Kashyap Dalal, and Vipul Thakur. IBG has a network of 80,000 associations with over 1,000 active members. It also organizes sector-specific events for their members pertaining to sectors like real estate, entertainment, film and media, healthcare and pharmaceutical, HR, learning and development, tourism and hospitality, banking and manufacturing and marketing, logistics and infrastructure, and IT. We invite Consul General and Trade Commissioners to explore trade opportunities between countries. We help connect our members with consulates to explore their business on an international arena. Ladies and gentlemen, we've signed MOU with around 50 Chamber of Commerce across the globe. We're also doing sector meetings for our members to help find the right connect. We do conduct B2B meetings with domestic as well as international chambers, which help your business grow with bounds and heaps. So, what are you waiting for? Welcome to our most wondrous world of IBG, India Business Group.
So thank you so much, guys, for playing that. I'm sure each one of us has gained some more inputs about what all IBG can do for them. And members, after this meeting, if you really think, there is some interest and you have some business opportunities in the Indonesia, please get in touch with the chamber, and Priya and her team will put you in touch with the right people there after speaking with the consulate. Mr. H.E Mr, sir, may I please request you to give the opening remarks now?
Thank you, Meenal. You're always good. Welcome to our guests today. I know Indonesia is one of the fastest growing countries in the world now. from this year. And we should, and our members, we and our members should do close connections with them. If possible, this year we should take a delegation to Indonesia, because I know that a lot of business is available to Indian business people, both for import and export. I think we can go ahead with the session for today. Over to you, Meena.
Thank you so much. Priya, would you set some context for us and say a few words?
Hi, good morning, everyone, and a very good morning, His Excellency. So we would like, we have 75 connects all over the world with the sister chambers, and we have signed MOUs with all of them. It would be really nice if you can help us connect with any chambers in Indonesia, so we can go ahead and start doing B2B meetings with them also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priya. And now I would just introduce the Indonesian Consul dignitaries and ask them to take over. So a warm welcome to all of you from the Consulate General of Indonesia. And I think I'm supposed to say Selamat Siang. So over to you guys for your presentation now.
Selamat siang. Namaste.
Namaste. Yes. Thank you. So we have, like I mentioned, we have the Consul General of Indonesia, Mr. Agus Saptono, and we have the two economic councils, Mr. Pangky Saputra and Mr. Tolhah Ubaidi. So, sirs, may I please request you to share your screen now and take us through the presentation, or say a few words before that if you want to?
Yes. It's okay. You can see the screen?
Yes, we can. Thank you so much.
Okay, we can start.
Yes, certainly.
Mr. Vikas Mitterstein, founder and president of India Business Group. Ms. Priya Pansare, CEO of IBG. Ms. Minal Sinha, host of today's meeting. Dear committee officials and member of IBG. Namaste, selamat siang, and very good afternoon to you all. This afternoon, it is indeed a great honor for myself and for the Consul General of the Republic of Indonesia in Mumbai to be amongst you all in today's meeting after several times postponed due to the unexpected situation from both sides, especially during the COVID-19 surge. Thus, I wish to extend my congratulations to you all, best wishes, that may this meeting could not only be a forum to discuss emerging issues related to Indonesia trade, tourism, investment, but also to construct ideas and approaches for a long-term mutual benefit for business relations, especially in the trade and investment and tourism sector. I would like to share my confidence that this meeting will be a productive platform, an opportunity to have first-hand information about the business, trade, and investment opportunity that could be matched between entities. Let me start with how is the relation between Indonesia and India, where today we have reached to the highest level of diplomatic relation, which both of our leaders, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Joko Widodo, were inked a strategic commitment in comprehensive economic partnership, we call SEPA, in 2018, that aim to increase our bilateral trade to become $50 billion in the year of 2025. Now we go to Indonesia-India trade performance. India and Indonesia have maintained long history of trade relations since decades ago. According to the data from Ministry of Trade, Republic of Indonesia, bilateral trade between Indonesia and India in 2021, January until November, reached 18,271 18 billion, around 18 billion US dollar, increased around 29% even during the pandemic COVID-19. Compared to 2020, that was only 14 billion US dollar. even though the balance of trade still surplus for Indonesia as much as 32.26% in 2021, it becomes better compared to 2020, around 46.8%, and 2019, around 46.5%. The table shows us the realization of investment from 2016 until 2021, January-September, that reached around $569 million in total. I believe that we need to boost FDI through priority sector that has added value such as pharmacy and medical equipment industry as well of the priorities. Automotive industry, electric industry, renewable energy, infrastructure, and mining. For the two sectors, renewable energy and infrastructure, both government of Indonesia and India have the same concerns and priority in this regard. We encourage and enhance cooperation in those two particular sectors. Number of India's corporation set investment in Indonesia. Now around 57 corporations in many sectors such as Tata, Adani, and SR. The list is also displayed after my presentation by my colleague, Mr. Pangky. While Indonesia corporation set outbound investment in India, now 10 companies such as Mayura, India, Garuda, Polyflex, Foods, Samudra Shipping Line India, Java Confit, Enerlife Nabati, Gojek, Traveloka, Anabatic Technology, Tanindo Seeds, Vaxindo, which varied in the sector of food processing, IT, and product development, poultry feed, logistics, and soon to be sector of poultry vaccine. With regard to investment opportunity in Indonesia, I would like to emphasize that the government of Indonesia is giving some facilities. One of them is the Indonesian incentive policy, tax holiday, as presented on the screen, around 5 until 20 years of tax exemption, plus 2 years of tax reduction for 18 eligible pioneer sector as displayed on the list. To give on-set information, Indonesia and India are members of G20. This year, Indonesia leads as the presidency, and by next year, India will take over. It is projected that by 2050, India will become the second largest economy in the world in the PPP, and Indonesia to become number 4. Indonesia economy in 2020 decreased as the impact of pandemic COVID-19, but it has been rebound in 2021 and 2022. The slide shows us regarding current Indonesia economic and projection by 2030 and 2050. The slide shows us regarding the Indonesia competitive rank that better than previous years. Now you can see how attractive Indonesia as the country destination for business, trade, and investment, and also tourism. In addition, we have a very good news for all of us that finally Indonesia has reopened tourism for foreign traveler as one of the efforts to rebound the tourism sector in Indonesia. We know during COVID, tourism, one of the sector, is a very bad situation. I think not only Indonesia, around the world. So now we try to open again, and we hope India as the 5th largest visitor to Indonesia and the 3rd largest visitor to Bali will be able to travel again to Indonesia, especially in Bali and Batam. once the situation gets a lot better, we will reopen other super priorities tourist destination of Indonesia, as named it beyond Bali, such as Labuan Bajo, Borobudur, Lake Toba, Mandalika, and Likupang. To sum up, I once again would like to assure you and deliver to you the message that the Consul General of Republic Indonesia in Mumbai is ready to facilitate and to enable you to get connected and with stakeholders from Indonesia, as well as business entities between Indonesia and India. Before conclude, I would like to invite my colleague, Mr. Mr. Tolhah Ubaidi, to speak more detail about trade issues. And also Mr. Pangky will speak about investment. So once again, I thank you all for your attention. Syukriya dan Jafar. Mr.
Thank you so much, Consul General. That was very, very interesting. And of course, the last part where you mentioned about opening up for tourism and coming to Bali has me all excited. I'm planning my holiday and making it a business come vacation very soon. And now over to Mr. Ubaidi or Pangky, whoever is presenting now. Yes, please, Mr. Ubaidi.
Thank you very much. Heidi, you're still mute. Sorry, you're still mute, sir.
Girish, can we unmute Mr. Pangky and Mr. Ubaidi? Yeah.
1 second.
Yep.
Mr. Ubaidi, we are now waiting for you. I think you were doing a screen share and you're going to present something. Is that right? Mr.
You can see the screen. Sorry, Mr. Minal. Miss Minal.
No, we can't see the screen right now.
Okay.
We were able to see it a few minutes back, but it's, yeah, the screen share stopped.
Okay. Wait.
Yes, we can see the screen now. So Mr. Ubaidi can move on with
please.
his presentation. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Rofikas, Mr. Stein, President of the India Business Group, Mr. Agus Saptono, the Consul General of the Republic of Indonesia in Mumbai, the committee official and member of the IBG. Namaste, selamat pagi, and very good morning to you all. My name is Tolhah Ubaidi. I am the Consul of Economic in the Consul General of Indonesia in Mumbai. On this occasion, I would like to put some detailed additional information regarding the bilateral trade trends between Indonesia and India in the last 3 years. As my Consul General stated that our national leaders, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Joko Widodo has signed the strategic commitment in Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement in 2019 that intended to close our bilateral trade become $50 billion in 2025. From the table, we can read the top 20 of Indonesian export commodities to the world in the year 2019 to 2021. All palm oil products, iron and steel, and the electrical machinery and the equipment are the 4 largest Indonesian export commodities to the world. Also, 2 other main commodities which are increased significantly in 2020. One are chemical products and ores, slag and ash, Indonesian export data achievement in the year 2021 is the highest record in the history with total number of 231 billion US dollar in total, of which 209 billion are non-oil and gas export. So in 2021, the total export increases 41% compared to the previous year. Based on the table, we can see that the 5 biggest destination country or economic for Indonesian commodities are China, the USA, Japan, India, and Malaysia. India set number 4, and the number is growing even though during the pandemic COVID-19. The export volume of these 5 countries set approximately 53% of the Indonesian total export. In 2020, there was a decline of Indonesian export to India due to the pandemic, but in 2020 it recovered. Among ASEAN countries, bilaterally, Indonesia is India's number 1 trade partner in terms of total trade. Even during the pandemic COVID, as being stated by my Consul General, there is increasement. Last year, the total bilateral trade between India and Indonesia set about 14.1 billion US dollar, and in 2020, it increased become around 18.271 billion US dollar. Indonesia export to India reached about 12 billion US dollar, while import from India about 5.8 billion US dollar. How about the commodities from Indonesia and from India? Indonesia commodities exported to India mainly is mineral fuels, mineral oils, including coal, animal or vegetable fats and oils, iron and steel, miscellaneous chemical products, ore, slag and ash, rubber and article thereof, organic chemicals, inorganic chemicals, fin article, wood article and wood and spices like clove, cinnamon, vanilla, pepper, and nutmeg, and as well as furniture. While Indonesia also import some products from India like iron, steel, sugar and sugar confectionery, mineral fuels, mineral oils and products, organic chemicals, vehicles, boiler machinery and mechanical appliance, bovine meat and edible meat, oil seeds, or cereal. Also, we import spices like dried chilies, onion, garlic, ground nuts, coriander seed, and last is about we also import pharmaceutical products. If we see the table, there are 20 top export Indonesia commodities to India. We can read here. If we look more detail about Indonesian export commodities to India, then we find that coal, palm oil, and products, iron and steel, and chemical products are the 4 largest export commodities to India in 21. There are also two commodities whose export increased significantly in last year, such as plastic and plastic goods, HS code 39, and ore, slag, and ash, HS code 26. This the table shows us about the Indonesian export to India by province. So of 34 provinces in Indonesia, there are 29 provinces whose export their product to India. The 5 biggest is from East Kalimantan, Riau, Jakarta, South Kalimantan, and East Java. This is a table about the 20 imported commodities from India to Indonesia. The top five is iron, steel, sugar, mineral fuels, vehicles, and organic chemicals. Then I think this my additional information. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ubaidi. That was very, very helpful and enlightening. And I would just like to again reiterate to all the members that post the speaker session, the consulate officials will be very happy. And in fact, the CJ has commented in the chat box. They will address all the questions. So keep on putting your questions in the chat box. And over to Mr. Saputra. Girish, I don't know if you can help Mr. Saputra unmute himself. And Mr. Ubaidi, do you want to stop the screen share?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I would like to present such a short presentation with a minute.
Yeah, Mr. Saputra, over to
you. Yeah. Are you okay with this? Am I audible and also visible?
Yes.
So my presentation?
Yes, certainly.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Before I start, I would like to say namaste, selamat siang for all of distinguished IBG members. Particularly, I would like to address Mr. Vikas, Mr. Singh, and also Madam Minal Siha, also Ms. Priya Pansari, and all the distinguished members of IBG. First of all, my name is Pangky Saputra. I'm the Consul of Economy, all together with Mr. Tolhah Ubaidi, Mr. Ubaidi, in the Consul General of Indonesia. For today's session, I would like to share to you. This is just a onset of information, short information about the investment information about India and Indonesia, particularly in inbound and outbound investment. First of all, with all due respect, we have noticed that nowadays the world, at a glance, we are facing the same challenges named pandemic, of which many countries in the world, sovereign countries in the world, will strive to overcome these challenges. However, these challenges also present opportunity, of which the spirit of collaborative and also the spirit of togetherness should be nurtured between each of country in order to be able to recover stronger and recover together. And I would like to begin that in Indonesia, as already been elaborated before by the Consul General Mr. Agus Saptono, that Indonesia right now is being presidency of G20, of which for the next year, the presidency of G20 will be to India as the host, and also the presidency of G20. during the presidency of G20, and also to boost the opportunity to in investment cooperation, Indonesia right now they set up such a focus on several items. Several areas. As I can show you to the first presentation, to the first slide, we believe the needs to boost FDI or foreign direct investment to priority sector to some of the sectors that need that give value added, such as pharmacy and medical equipment industry, automotive industry, electronic industry, infrastructure, of course, mining, and also renewable energy, of which I believe that India also has a excellent quality in terms of enhancing its renewable energy industry. So this is the information, the chart that I will show you the inbound and outbound investment between the entities of Indian entities in Indonesia and Indonesian entities in India. Right now, the existing Indian entities or corporation or companies that set their investment in Indonesia, if I'm not mistaken, is around 57. While in the other hand, the investment, the entities of the investment, they are all varied in oil and gas, transportation, textile machinery, salt, electrical energy, renewable energy, and so on. And while on the other hand, the outbound investment from Indonesia entities that invest in India, they can divide it into 4 spectrum. First is food processing, of which one of them is Mayora Indisco, or if you know the product of Malkis, crackers, and Kopiko and Kopiko candy were 2 of the examples of their products, and they have already set their factory in Hyderabad. And there are also Japa Confit, of which they focus on poultry seeds and also poultry feeds, and also they from mainstream upstream to downstream of the poultry chain, eggs, and also the hen, chicken, and also even the vaccine for the poultry itself. We do also have such kind of entities who already being a unicorn in Indonesia, but they set the center for product development in India. The 3 of them are Anabatic Technology, PT Gojek. This is the one that already become the unicorn in Indonesia, and also Traveloka, of which they focus on tourists and traveling. And also we do have such kind of entities that focus on logistic and cargo. While on the other hand, these are the examples of name the entities who already set their investment in Indonesia, and they are varied from the banking, automotive manufacturing, even I can see like Precol, of which focus on the calibration component automotive, and also yeah, you can see that like Adani and also Tata and also Tech Mahindra, particularly most of them, they are focused in not only in basic industry, but I can see also in technology. This is name of the outbound investment of Indonesia, the Indonesian entities that already set their investment in Indonesia. But I would like to give information to you, not to give, yeah. I mean to share that, bearing in mind India and Indonesia, we already bound the strong relationship since decades ago, even before the country of Indonesia and India were founded. 2 decades ago, we already made such a good relationship between people to people contact, and also we know even we have a knowledge root and so on. And also, I would like to highlight that Indonesia right now, particularly with India, in my humble opinion, there are list of emerging sector that should be pinpoint. I mean, could be straightforwardly explored by the both of the entities. First sector is the medicine. For your kind information, actually this sector is quite competent and also emerging, because as we know that we are facing a pandemic of COVID-19, of which these challenges, this pandemic, could be such a I mean, could be such a not a battlefield, but this is kind of wake up call of which each country should enhance their capacity and their capabilities in terms of health resiliency. In this kind regard, medicine, in this kind sector, actually during the pandemic, Indonesia imports tons of or lots of numbers of medical bulks, active pharmaceutical ingredients such as remdesivir, favipiravir, molnupiravir, and hydrochloroquine, of which I do thank you that India have an excellent quality in terms of this industry that helped us so much. I mean, Indonesia during the time that when we need these examples of active pharmaceutical industries ingredients to battle with our pandemic. I mean, Indonesian pandemic. And I can inform you, this is also the focus of Indonesia's president, Excellency Joko Widodo, President Joko Widodo. Indonesia needs to strengthen its health resiliency. I mean, the industry. One of the focus is to strengthen the capacity and the capability of the national pharmaceuticals industries in Indonesia to be able to enhance their capability to produce such active pharmaceutical ingredients, of which not only to cater the pandemic of COVID, but we, in the mindset of the president, we need to also to prepare for the next pandemic. I mean, in the future pandemic. I don't know what kind of pandemics, but we should be able to respond on and anticipate or even mitigate. One of them one of the strategy to mitigate and also to manage the calamity of the future pandemic, possible future pandemic, is by having the strong resiliency of health industry, mainly in active pharmaceutical ingredients. And actually, with all due respect, distinguished member of IBG, if I may share you the information that almost 90% of the Indonesia's active pharmaceutical industry were imported from 2 countries, Tiongkok, China, and India. And during the pandemic, both of this is my personal opinion, both of the countries, I mean Tiongkok and India, they play such a great role in terms of finding a research, nurturing research and development in terms of finding solution to mitigate the pandemic, and also by strengthening the capacity and capability of medicine sector. The second sectors that I would like to pinpoint is digital innovation. What is digital innovation? I'm sure that all of the distinguished members of IBG were quite so have a extensive information about this one, and also they have a emerging sense in adapting or in embracing the leap, the development of technology, of which always during the pandemic. in Indonesia, the pandemic of COVID has become momentum that creating shifting of paradigm. Yeah, because whether we like it or not in Indonesia, by having the restriction of mobility, even person mobility, and the way how we change the behavior in communication, and this create on the one side of coin, okay, this create challenges, but on the other side of the coin, this create also the opportunity of this digital and innovation. And I will move to later on to the next slide. What are the focus sectors that digital innovation of the Indonesian governments pay particular focus on this kind of sector. And also the third one is the textile. Yeah, you know that India, and also India is one of the country of which the textile industry is one of the important pillars of this economy. And also I can see that Indonesia has also the same characteristic in terms of textile industry, also play a significant role. Yeah, bearing in mind that it create a lot of jobs opportunity. And also this sector were part of the sector that hampered so much, heavily affected in terms of pandemic. But I can see that Indonesia is a country that has excellent quality in polyester fabric, and Indonesia also with India, we import cotton from India. And also one of the most interesting information is the fact is almost 57% of the textile machinery in textile industries in Indonesia were made by the Indian industry. I mean, yeah, you know, like the large machinery works, so on, were part of the chain of the machinery that being used by the industry. So in order to, I would like to continue that the need to strengthening economic and health diplomacy is must. It is not is must. This is a necessity, because the philosophy, the aim of being recover stronger and being recover together should be embraced by the collaborative action between Indonesia and India. And the strategy to cater this one is by enhancing the inbound and outbound investment, and also to optimizing every single sectors that could be elaborated further by the Indonesia and India entities. Now I'll move to the next slide, of which I said before, the digital innovation. I will share to you the focus of which the Indonesian government now pay attention so much in order to enhance this one. I'm quite optimistic that digital infrastructure, digital society, the shifting in a system of the e-government and digital economic work, four of the sectors that now it boosts in India. Actually, because of the pandemic itself, these four sectors were matters, and Indonesia need to pay attention to this enhancement of this four sector. As we can see that digital infrastructure is not only we're building the ecosystem and also the infrastructure of the digital technology, but we also need to enhance the capacity, the literacy, and the capability of the society itself to behave and not to behave, to adapt with the advancement of the technology. And also this also came up with the stream of how the government itself should also be able to adapt in this kind of situation. of which we face a pandemic, and so we face the advancement of technology. And also the number 4 is digital economic, of which it includes a marketplace. Many startups in India will flourish during the pandemic, and also this create a lot of jobs. I mean, not lots of jobs. Yeah, okay, I can see lots of jobs, but I can see that tons of innovation were met with the, can I say, capital venture and so on, and this creates such a booster in terms of the recovery of the India economy during the pandemic. This is these 4 sectors were part of the main focus also in Indonesia, then to be reached by the country, both country. Yeah, this is the information about the growth of digital economic in Indonesia. Yeah, this is just the statistic that the growth of e-commerce transaction and also e-commerce transaction by sectors, e-payment and so on were boosting during the pandemic. And what the interesting thing that during the presidency of Indonesia and G20, Indonesia rely on 3 focus. First, the strengthening of global architecture of health. Second is the strengthening the digital innovation and digital technology. And the third is the promoting the use of renewable energy, the green and renewable energy. But I would like to focus on the enhancement in digital information. Actually, last week, the Ministry of Ministry of Communication and Information of the Republic of Indonesia, they set a roadmap of digital economy, of which they will focus on creating digital ecosystem and channeling marketplace for the SMEs, small medium enterprises, of which the small and medium enterprises also they're heavily affected by the pandemic. And also the second one, Indonesia right now, we actually would like to amplify what India has done in terms of how India is nurturing the good ecosystem to their startup, and also nurturing it to become much bigger. And this is like India's Startup India, of which this program launched by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2016.
Very little.
2016, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and this digital focus were now being initiated by the government of Indonesia. Okay, I'll move to the next slide. This is also the information that already been elaborated or already been initiated by Consul General about the incentive of the tax exemption for the direct investment, foreign direct investment to some of the priority sectors that could be seen in this list. These 18 sectors, eligible pioneer sector, were actually the Indonesia. They want that this sector have a value added, of which they invite lots of possible opportunity for investment in Indonesia. We will welcome, and that will be the end of my short presentation. And I do thank you for your kind attention, and terima kasih, Sukriya dan Yafta.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saputra. Again, an amazing presentation. And like we had promised everybody, we will now move on to the Q&A session, and request everybody to stay on mute, raise your hands if you really need to speak. Just put your questions in the chat box and we'll pick it up from there. And as the CJ had already noticed, Dr. Wasim Ghori's question, He has asked, please enlighten on collaboration between India and Indonesia in healthcare tourism sector. So, CJ, with your guidance, we can move forward with this.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the question from Dr. Washim Gori about collaboration between India and Indonesian healthcare tourism sector. Of course, now for the healthcare, especially for hospital in Indonesia, just recently we are open for investment in Indonesia for hospital, but we focus on the two areas in Bali, Sanur and Batam. However, if you're talking about collaboration for the hospital in India, so Indonesian patient come to the India, that is already happened also. Some hospital in Bangalore and Chennai, they already get, some patient from Indonesia already come from Indonesia. They give, the hospital in Indonesia, they have collaboration with the hospital in India. And when the patient, they have some problem in Indonesia, they cannot take care, so they send to Indian hospital in Chennai or in Bangalore. I know some case. So it depends on. And what do you ask me? What do you want to know? The collaboration to invest in Indonesia or collaboration the patient from Indonesia coming to India? Could you explain more detail about your question, please, Dr. Washim? Precise question.
Dr. Wasim Gori, if you're there, can you put this in the chat? Or Girish, maybe you can unmute him.
Because when we talking about collaboration healthcare tourism, it's mean depend on two ways, in Indonesia or in India. Okay, I think we go to the second question. If maybe Dr. Washim can come back later.
Certainly. Let's go to the second question. And I have just received actually two very interesting questions, and I want to pick them up first. First, we want to know what are Indonesia's policies on crypto and what are the forex brokerage opportunities. So cryptocurrency.
Yes, I know. I think Pak Pangky can answer this question. Pak Pangky, could you answer this crypto question?
Yes, Bapak. Sorry, I'm still finding the please. Oh, from Mr. Siti Parun, yeah. Please let us know the Indonesia's crypto policies and forex brokerage opportunity. In terms of crypto policy, Mr. Siti Parun, in terms of crypto policies, right now, yeah, actually, I can tell you the fact that, yeah, okay, we have a virtual market of cryptocurrencies, and we, the market already accept. Not accept. They already, okay. They already adopted many kind of cryptocurrencies, but for the policies itself, of course, this system, the decentralized decentralized money or decentralized system of cryptocurrency. This is something that created by technology, and also I can say to you, I can truly. This is my only opinion, but we are still anticipating and still reformulating the policies, the right policies, how to adapt with this kind of technology. But this one, the government, they focus on, they stress on the way how of the people should literate themselves with the sufficient information of the cryptocurrencies, the risk and the pattern, and also the volatility. Yeah, you know lah, the cryptocurrencies, but in terms of the policies, actually the body, not body, the authorities that now only watching by the sequence and the transaction of the cryptocurrencies now by the authority of service and financing of the or OJK, Otoritas Jasa Keuangan. That's one of the, I mean, they set two strategies. First, they created the authorities of which they watch each of the platform that give the cryptocurrencies transaction and market and so on. And also the second one, they do such a campaign to educate and to promote financial literacy to the people. Right now, it's still right like that, Mr. Farouk.
Thank you, Mr. Saputra. And while we're running a little short of time, I'll just quickly take one question, especially since you spoke so much about digital innovation. So one of our members, Deepak Ghadge, has asked, when we talk about digital transformation, what is the scope for blockchain, IoT, AI, and data science? I know it's a lot of information that he's asking for in one question, but if you could maybe guide him in the right direction, or then we can, you know.
Mr. Deepak Ghadge, if I may answer your, if I may, yeah, not answering, yeah, but I can say that if I may respond to your question, to your queries. Actually, I propose and I chat to you also direct message. You should elaborate to further negotiate further discussion. I mean, the scope of blockchain, of which you know the word of the blockchain, and also Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence, and of which India has a lot of development. Yeah. I mean, India's one of the heaven in terms of the excellence advancement of technology in terms of this kind of thing, blockchain, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and it could be applied in so many sectors and also become emerging because of this pandemic. I do propose to you, sir, Pak Deepak, Pak, sorry, I call you Pak because Pak is like sir in Bahasa Indonesia, Pak Deepak Ghadge, to have a further collaborative discussion with us. And I have shared you my contact also. Thank you.
So thank you so much. Thank you once again for the amazing session. Just before I request our founder president to give the closing remarks, I would request on behalf of the chamber, the Consul General, the economic councils, all three of you, and in fact your other colleagues to join us for our fabulous networking event on the 10th of February. IBG Potboiler is happening on the 10th of February. The chamber will send you information. It is in Mumbai, in BKC. It would be amazing to have you there. And Vikash, over to you.
Thank you. Wonderful session. I have a suggestion here. The Consul General and I should meet over lunch. India and Indonesia have a lot of commonalities, especially as of the product mix of exports. And maybe between the two governments, we can formulate, as consuls, both of us can suggest to our governments to formulate a straight trading corporation in which both the countries invest, and we both go out and sort of offer to the world the products that our countries can make. Because there is so much common product, there is so much common things. Indonesia and India are pretty close in any case. So this is something I will ask my team to request the Consul General to meet us over lunch sometime, and then we'll see if we can formulate a joint plan to send to both the governments. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vikash. Yes, I think that's very powerful.
I hope the members enjoyed this one.
I am sure they did. This was
Yes.
a very interactive session. In fact, there are lots of questions that we haven't been able to take. and we will ensure that we take those questions offline, the relevant ones with the consulate, and we will respond with the answers to the members. We will do that.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you once again.
May I say something?
Yes.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yes. Once again, thank you very much for this opportunity. I think it's good opportunity for us to meet with the IBG member. Of course, I'm accept your invitation to meet and discuss more concrete. About the possibility cooperation between Indonesia and India, especially with IBG. I think I'm agree with you. We have a long history. We have common product, but the one things I would like to mention to you, our trade in terms of trade, Indonesian product and Indian product, we can say like complementary, because we import which India don't have or not so much, and we export also. We export with India not so you don't have, like for example, you need palm oil and coal. And we import from India, which Indonesia need from India. Like pharmacy, we import a lot from India also. So such kind of complementary, and of course we can make such kind of the list of the data, which one we can improve. That is for trade. For investment, like Mr. Pangky already mentioned, now we try to encourage from Indian side about the cooperation in the pharmacy sector. So if you have member on the pharmacy sector, we are happy to facilitate, because this year in sometime in the if I'm not maybe the second semester, we will host medical expo in India, especially in Hyderabad. But we also waiting if any member of IBG interest with the cooperation on pharmacy or hospital, we are welcome to facilitate. And the other thing about the energy sector or digital sector. So please, if you have member interest with Indonesia, please let me know. The other thing is we plan to visit Indonesia, our consulate, and bring some industry people from India and trader. We will come to Indonesia since situation is already become better. In March, we plan to Indonesia. So if want to or someone from your member also interest to come Indonesia, please let me know so I can accompany during that time also. So we can help to find out. Maybe you would like to meet with the some business people or high dignitaries. So please let me know. For the other question in the chat room, I think we already notes, and we will send you the answer in through email later on.
Yes, that would be very kind, Consul General Saptono. So the IBG Secretariat, they will be in touch with the consulate as usual, Priya and her team, and they will send you these questions and request for answers. And of course, like Vikash said, the delegation is a really great idea. And again, the IBG team will work on that along with the members. Vikash, you want to say something to close?
I just want to take him, request him and his team for lunch, because I have some new ideas which are not coming out here. We can sit across the table.
Just arrange the time.
Our teams will arrange to have lunch between us.
Yeah, please. We just fix our schedule later on.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you once again, Consul General Agus Saptono and the Economic Councils, Pangky Saputra and Tolhah Ubaidi. And thank you, of course, to everybody at IBG and Vikash and all our members. See you all soon, and sampai jumpa lagi.